Good to see you guys. How are you? Good to see you, man. Thank you. God bless you guys. Hey, guys. Are you excited? What year? What year? First year. Wow.
She'll practice select. Hi, ready, set. Wait na, nahulog eh. Ready, set. On your marks pa lang, sir. Harap ka na, harap. Huwag kang excitement. Okay, ready, set, and go! Alright, come on. Come on, Bbca students. Ang galing. Oh, Robin! Oh, Robin! Kinarir! Kinarir!
Even that you, as the bus driver, know where you're going and that they need to get on the bus, but they only going to do that if they understand the goal. So that's step number one, is to persuade them, influence them to understand the goal.
For a church to grow, it needs the stability of older, mature Christians, but it also needs young people because they are the future growth. And so my heart is, in every place that I've ministered, is to, by God's grace, have a good youth ministry where you are training the future leaders and retain them, because that's where your growth comes from. If your church is only mature older people, eventually they will die off and you will not have a church. So you have to look to the future, how you can have a youth ministry, how you can have a Sunday school ministry, because that's where your future growth will come from. And somehow you have to mature those young people into being the stable leaders of the future within the church.
One small piece to follow up with what Pastor Brian had said. The reason that the apostles were not at the cross was because they didn't know the goal. And it took a few more days before they understood what the goal was. They thought the goal was to overthrow Rome. And that was not the goal. But when they did understand what the goal was, that's when they overturned the world.
I was never a pastor, so I don't know about pastoring a church, but as a school principal of a small Christian school, I would see students leave and it would break my heart. But I saw that God was always faithful, that when students left, I often saw, just about all the time, I saw God bless in a different way. When I would get discouraged, when many students would leave, I saw God, it was almost like God was removing an influence, which broke my heart many times, but He was always blessing in another way, and we could see that blessing and that fruit.
So whatever pastor wrote that, there's all kinds of conferences and seminars that you can go to around the world that will teach you how to grow a church. But Jesus Himself said, I will build my church. It's not your church. It's not your job to build it. It's your job to serve Jesus and point people to Jesus and allow Him to build the church. And I know that there are probably going to be very discouraging days when, as you serve Jesus, you don't see the fruit that you want to see, but the fruit that Jesus wants to see is that you are serving Him regardless of the results, because the results ultimately are His call. He will build His church. You serve Him, and let that be it.
Very, very good. Amen. Well, I know some of you, some others have raised hands and past questions, but that's all the time we're going to have. I've been informed by my boss we don't have any more time. So, no more time. Can we give our panel a big hand for helping us tonight?